10 seconds out the way. Nice. Yeah, that's the plan today. Job done. Hiya. How are we? Where are we? Lecture 6. Tough week. tough week for the lectures. Bit of the old OCD creeping in, see? It's not good to be OCD. It's it's fucking boring. Nobody ever thinks of the boring side of being OCD, do they? Don't even know if I consider myself like technically OCD, do you know what I mean? I don't lock the door 25 times every time I leave the house, but I can sometimes get up at 9 o'clock in the morning and go through this ritual of making a cup of tea, smoking a fag, putting the radio on, checking Facebook, making a cup of tea, smoking a fag, putting the radio back on, checking Facebook, checking Twitter, break it up a bit, go onto YouTube, watch something absolutely fucking pointless on there, check the radio again, obviously 10:53, 10:89, talk sport. They just constantly talk about football for 12 months of the fucking year. And they have to keep the conversation going. So they'll just talk about fucking anything. And people like me will lap it up. Fucking football's a weird one. It's if you're into football, you know exactly what I mean. And if you're not, you'll just think, what the fuck are you on about? You know, but there's even like a sort of an obsessive nature to the elements of it, which are just so completely fucking boring. Do you know what I mean? Completely fucking pointless or whatever. It's weird. My team, Swansea City, and we're fucked at the moment, right? We are, you know, it's like watching, so I'm so careful about what I fucking always say. I can't say that, can't say that, can't say that, can't say that. How honest can you be? How honest can anybody be anywhere on this planet? You know, are there people who are being completely fucking honest? Because it's not even safe to reveal what goes on in your own mind half the time, I've found. You know, in lots of scenarios anyway. How honest can you be? It's weird, isn't it? I love getting, pick a 10 stretch. I love to consider myself, he's so honest, Griff, fair play, he's on it. I'm fucking bollocks. Fucking bollocks. I decide exactly how honest I'll be with any given situation. It's crazy, innit? You know, it would be lovely to be able to be completely honest. Because what I've realised, right, there's lots of subjects, and well, not what I've realised. Have I always known this? I don't know. There's lots of subjects. I don't actually know what I think, yeah? You know, my opinion can change from day to day, from what side of the argument I'm looking at, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, it just seems like we all decide, oh, right, that's my opinion on this, that's my opinion on that. And if anybody got a different opinion, I'll just set out like a politician just to dismantle their opinion while bigging my own up. And not taking 1 second, you know, to stop and think, what do I think? You know, what do I actually think? What do I really think? And, you know, and what I think, is that a sort of a concrete opinion? Is that just a fleeting opinion? It's going to change in a minute. Fucking weird. Been a strange old week, you know. Personally and professionally. Oh, God, I need a job. I do. Bored of saying that. I hate not working. I drive myself around the fucking bend. You know, all those things I could be doing if I had money. Do you know what I mean? All those plans. My imagination is my fucking enemy. I've created such a brilliant life for myself in my head, which, you know, the same parts of inside my head need to make it happen don't seem to be fucking interested. It's like, don't worry about doing it. We'll think of something else now. How honest can you be, yeah? How honest can you be? Football brings out insanity in people. What else is going on this week? Bowie's dead. Snape, apparently. Snape, do you know Snape? He's dead. And is it Alan Rickman? Everybody's favourite actor, according to my Facebook timeline. Oh, not Alan. Oh my God, Alan's gone. Oh, not Bowie. What? Oh no. Oh, not Celine Dion's husband. He was my favourite sort of husband of a crooner. My favourite crooner spouse. He's gone. Oh no, not the bloke from Grizzly Adams. No. He's gone as well. What a week. I think the Illuminati is starting to kill off people who are in their 70s who have had vast periods of their life where they haven't been very healthy. Crazy, innit? Lemmy, he's gone. 70's a new 27, innit? Or 69, maybe. Not 70's the new 69, that would just be hardly worth the effort. 70's a new 27, or 69's a new 27. It's the rock and roll death age. Hope I die before I get 70. Just goes to show that we're all full of shit. Can anybody tell the truth? Is anybody ever telling the truth? You know, when you like being true to yourself. Fucking hell. I think about 90% of the things I do are not being true to myself. You know, whether that's through my own weaknesses, fitting in, insecurity, fucking wanting to be accepted, whatever else. Absolute bollocks. There's a new Rocky film out. Or Creed, I think it's called. I don't know why I'm telling you that. I heard on the radio the other day. Some Scouse boxers in it. I love the old Rocky. Anybody watch Rocky as a kid? I tell you what, right? I bet you £1 million I haven't got that somebody will answer yes to this, right? When you were a kid, did anybody ever watch Rocky and then get up the next day, 6 o'clock in the morning, eat a raw egg and go out for a jog? I fucking did, with Pip Begley. I think I had a black bag under my fucking hoodie as well. You know, because I needed to sweat some weight off, like, because I was about 11 at the time, and I must have been fucking up near the 7 stone mark, do you know what I mean? So I needed to shift some weight quickly. So that was always going to be the best way of doing that. Yeah, impressionable. I don't know. At what age do you stop being true to yourself? You know, I can only speak from the way my own brain thinks. There's probably people listening to this thinking, or more than likely people who don't even bother listening to shit like this thinking, what are you on about? I'm always true to myself. I'm always true to myself. Do you know what I mean? I saw a thing this week. I've seen this before, actually, but it's been on social media again this week. About these, use the word sex loosely, sex dolls for paedophiles, which I can imagine are going to be sort of sex dolls, but like looking like kids. And, you know, and apparently if a paedophile's got a doll, a sex doll of a child, he's less likely, I say he, don't want to be sexist, probably because 99.9% of paedophiles are males, one would imagine. Yeah, if one of these fucking clowns has got one of these dolls, he's less likely to commit offences against human beings, human children. And I saw this article somewhere, and then there's all these ranting things underneath. Oh, that's sick, that's twisted, that's evil. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, don't get me wrong. I'm quite clear cut on this issue. If somebody, you know, there's this thing I saw somewhere in Germany about they're like these fucking paedophiles who've never committed offences, but they know they're sexually attracted towards children. They're like, well, look, I don't want to commit any offences, but I know that, this is what my sexual preference is. I know I want to do it, but I know I shouldn't, and I know it's wrong. And, in those situations, I'd probably say, oh, mate, a lot of respect to you for coming clean and admitting it, and now we're going to just put you down gently, rather than just being put down violently and viciously. If you were looking to offend, and some people be like, well, what, they're not doing anything wrong. They know their thoughts are wrong, and we all have bad thoughts. Christ, I'm sure we've all, imagined sort of killing people, and obviously dismembering them and, sticking things in their eyes and all. We've all had those thoughts, haven't we? Do you know what I mean? But I just think if you're going down that sort of sexual fucking, not even deviant, it doesn't seem a strong enough word. If you're sexually attracted towards children, you're probably on the wrong planet. That's probably the facts of the matter. But I see these dolls and everybody's like, oh, that's fucking sick. It's just going to encourage them. And, a few things that made me think. It made me think, Christ, what's the battery life going to be like on something like that? Do you know what I mean? Not just the child versions, just the adult versions. It's not going to be very, not going to be very sexy if you've got the extension lead out, is it? Do you know what I mean? But, yeah, as I said, I don't know what I think about anything. I really fucking don't. I got no faith in my own opinions. seems as it nearly came out of my mouth then, I thought, what? That's not a normal sentence to say, but I did have a phase about being a little bit obsessed by paedophiles. I was getting very angry and, seeing things in the paper. Oh, somebody's been found with 32,000 images of, and this is a phrase I don't like, child porn. It's not really porn, is it? When half the people involved have no say in the matter. Child abuse, but yeah, he's been caught with 32,000 child abuse images. All right, what happened? 88 hours community service. He's on probation and this. Yeah, so basically he's left the court and now he's walking home, yeah? Yeah, right, tidy. And, what's the fuck, what's even the fucking word? All these institutional non-sonators and these government fucking records of non-sonating going missing. And, on the one hand, it's the most horrible crime in the world, apart from torturing somebody, which it may even be crueler than that on lots of levels, because you end up torturing somebody for the rest of their life, I would imagine. With some of the abuses, some of the crimes that have gone on. So it's obviously the most heinous, horrible, vile crime. But on the other hand, because of all this, you never see any repeats of Rolf's Animal Hospital. And I used to bloody love that. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. Obviously, in lieu of how things have panned out, it's taken the shine off it slightly. But, have you ever seen a chinchilla born 8 weeks premature? Bloody tiny. Tiny. They brought them back from the edge. Fair play to them. I've had a bit of a meltdown with the old lectures lately. This one was intended to be more of a chance to reflect, like a reflector, You know, more of a reflector than a lecture. You know, as a chance to look at this and think, right, is there any need to, is there any need for you to be doing this, Richard? Right, you know, is there any need? Is there any point? I've talked to a few people about it, you know, because I've ummed and ahed, and Sir Trevorlock said to me, he said, only do it if you enjoy it. And I think, I don't enjoy anything. Do I enjoy sitting here now, talking, you know, into a microphone? Whilst in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, what are you doing? I'm also thinking, oh, don't say this, don't say that. Don't make a twat yourself now. And I'm so obsessed by not making a twat of myself that I'm quite blind to what being a twat actually is. You know, so I spent all my life trying to avoid looking like a twat whilst acting like a twat, if that makes sense. Rolf's Cartoon Club, that was another good one. I actually drew a picture of Rolf about 25 years ago, and there's a picture of him and all these like captions around it. It's like, draw the curtains, Rolf's here, and all that, and I don't know. You know, like you got your gaydar, and you... Is it like a radar for non-sonators? What would that be called? Like, you know, your sort of your beast warning, your beast alarm. But I'd like to think I got a pretty good gaydar. Can't spot all of them. Obviously some slip through the net, but I'll pick plenty out. It's just in the walk, innit? It's like, sorry, I'm sounding like, you know, a little bit disturbing, yeah. And, you know, I'm not homophobic in any way, shape or form, you know. Saw two blokes walking down the street holding hands the other day, and it just, to me, it just looked like, oh, come on, lads, man. Come on, you're better than that. But I think potentially it was just the, what do you call them, PDAs? Yeah, it may have just been the PDA point of view. Because I find ugly heterosexuals walking down the streets holding hands and slurping over each other a bit weird. I think if you've got a really attractive looking couple walking down the street all over each other, it looks a bit weird. I think PDA is a bit like wanking, innit? It's like always a bit of a weird thing to witness, but if you're involved, you know, it can be quite relaxing. It's got its moments anyway. PDAs, yeah. Maybe I'm just a little bit lonely. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what no, it's not actually. It's not really, no, that's not the point. Have any of you bought these pedo sex dolls? No? Good, well done.
Fucking weird, been a strange old week, you know. Personally, I'm professionally. God, I need a job, I do.
Yay, welcome back. I read today the guy who owns, I don't know if he owns the Zon or runs it, but apparently he's worth £45 million. Oh, right, yeah, well done. Are these people the same fucking species as me? How'd you get to be worth 45 billion? You know, well done and all that, but I'll tell you something for nothing, right? When I get to my first fucking billion, I'm bailing out, son. That's my fucking lot. You can have the rest. 45 billion. Oh, yeah, well, what it was, I was on about the 20 billion mark, but I just couldn't relax, you know? so much uncertainty in the markets and couldn't relax. When you got £45 billion, that's asking for trouble, isn't it? That's literally asking for trouble. Fuck that. It's like, there was a lottery thing this week, wasn't there? And 2 people shared the money, I believe. I'm trying to think how much it was now. So I don't have to start making up figures. 30 million rings a bell, but then I was thinking 300, but that's the American one. I think there's one in America where there's $999 million up for grabs. No, there was one this week, I think, in this country, 30 million. 2 people won it. One lot have come forward to say, yes, it was us. We live in Scotland, in the middle of nowhere. Please don't rob us, and we hope it doesn't change us. And the other people haven't come forward. You know, the fucking human people who won it haven't come forward. Can you imagine randomly bumping into 30 million quid off the back of the fucking lottery and going on TV to say to people, yeah, it's me. I'm the one who's got it. I'd love to have that sort of money, but nobody knows I've got it. It'd be like a form of invisibility. You know, people say, oh, what special power would you like? Oh, I want to be invisible. I want to be able to fly. But I've always wanted to be invisible just because I'm fucking paranoid, to be honest with you. So I can just, I can be places where people don't realise I am, just so I can confirm to myself that nobody's actually talking about me. But that level of money, what are we talking, 30 million? Can give you a sort of an invisibility in certain ways. How can I explain this? Can you imagine having £30 million, right, in your bank account? Actually in there, you know, which you're responsible for spending. And then one of these sort of things you see crop up on social media. It used to be in the newspapers, but some kid's ill, needs this operation, that operation. The government don't deem their life worthy enough. And you know, like the Secret Millionaire bit. That would be fucking lovely, wouldn't it? I think if I had 30 million, fucking hell, on a Tuesday night when I'd be bored, I'd be scouring Facebook for people looking for cash. Do you know what I mean? Like those things, don't scroll past without saying amen. Because we're getting a database of fucking nutmegs together. But to financially be at a position where you can either just randomly surprise people on a daily basis saying, oh yeah, friend of a friend, 3 removed, saw on your Facebook status that somebody robbed your house last night. What a bunch of fucking bastards. Here's 10 grand and an interior designer. It's time we revamped your whole house. Why are you doing this? This is so kind. Like I saw on Facebook, I'm a bit bored. It's Tuesday and I've got 30 million quid. And apart from drugs and sex, it's the nearest I'm going to get to a genuine fucking buzz. So I thought I'd surprise you. Oh, thanks. You know, you can either be doing shit like that, yeah, 20, 30 times a week if you've got that much money. 30 times a week you knock somebody's door and say, you're not going to work today, why? Oh, because I'm going to give you fucking 5 grand if you don't go in. Ring your boss and tell him he's a fucking wanker and I'll give you 20 grand. How's that for a deal? Be lovely. Or you can be like this Zon geezer, 45 million, or 45 billion, sorry. And I bet he spends fucking 18 hours a day thinking about work. Do you know what I mean? He'll never be able to let it go. I've seen it on, seen it on a smaller level, and when you get a type of person who I would consider what I've heard referred to in certain circles as an addict. Not so much a drug addict, but an addict. Which to me is, somebody with a bit of a mental illness. It's a bit of the old OCD. An addict to me is somebody who's like mentally not right. And a lot of the time, because they're not mentally right, drugs, alcohol can be the solution to that torturous thinking. And then obviously the drinking alcohol becomes a problem. But you can be addicted to work, sex, to money, a relationship, codependent or whatever. So I think a lot of these, they say a lot of people like MDs or whatever they want to call themselves, who run these huge companies, they're fucking psychopaths. You'd have to be, wouldn't you? You'd have to be the sort of person who's like made it through, all the competitions. Do you know what I mean? It's to become the like CEO of one of the biggest companies in the world. You've got to be in battling since you were fucking 6 years of age with anything that comes in your way. Anybody, any exams, any this, any that. Just be obsessed, innit? Obsessed. Oh, yes, I want to do this. Yeah, I want to do this. Oh, yes. Can you imagine it before it existed? I've got this idea of what? Well, I'm just going to have these fucking warehouses the size of small towns. I'm going to put tens of thousands of small shops out of business because every cunt's going to buy from me. Every fucker's going to have to sell through me because I'll undercut every cunt. I'll fill it full of people who are going to work for fucking not a lot of money. We'll grind them into the ground. And ultimately, we'll aim towards some sort of world domination where we now actively look to deliver parcels within 45 minutes of them being ordered. And whether, jokingly or not, there has been talk of parcels being delivered by remote control aircraft. All right, so that's your business idea, is it? Yes, it is my business idea. Nobody currently does it. The internet is relatively new. But within the space of a few years, I'm going to make that happen. Right, okay, good luck with that. And then before you know it then, this fucking idiot has got 8 places in this country. Fuck knows where else his depots and all that business are. I don't know. I don't care. I'm more interested in the fact that he's a fucking psychopath and you'd have to be, to get into that position. Do you know what I mean? That's why it's a lot of the reason why the world's a fucking joke. If there were people who could get in and out on a business idea, I've got in. Over 3 years, I've made 20 billion quid. Fuck that now. I'm bored, fucking senseless with doing that. That's all I've thought about for years. I bailed out all my money and I'm going to reinvest it in humanity. Properly, genuinely. Do you know what I mean? That'd be fucking great, wouldn't it? You got a business idea, have you? All right, tell me all about it. Oh, yeah. Sounds shit, but I'll give you $3,000 to have a go. Ring me in a week. Not like one of the dragons. Oh, yeah, I'll help you every step of the way and then take half your money. Here's your money. Don't ring for any more. But at least once you tried your idea, you'll know it was bollocks. You can get on with your life. Oh, I don't know. Ronnie O'Sullivan's in the final. He's been watching the snooker. That's a strange one, isn't it? Somebody like him, all that talent, and fucking half the time it means nothing to him. Can you imagine being that good at something to the point of, it's giving you a beautiful lifestyle and you just stop enjoying it because you're just too good? I felt like I had, to be honest with you, around about lecture 3. I thought, these are getting too good, Rich. They're getting too good too soon. But I've addressed that, as I'm sure you've noticed, over the last couple of lectures. Taking it back to a more sensible pace of progress, I've, as I mentioned, I think, in the first part of this, been struggling a bit with these lectures lately, why I'm doing them, and, is it egotistical, is it pointless, is it a really great idea, what should I do? And I spoke to a few people, whose opinions I actually value, like Travelogue said, only enjoy it if you, only do it if you enjoy it, and I thought, that's fair enough. Dangerfield, one of my favourite comedians as well, who, I like his podcast. I used to when he used to bother doing them anyway, but spoke to him and he said, you've really got to realise, and this is a good point this was, it's a lot to ask, for people spend the best part of an hour a week listening to something. And I thought, fair enough, yeah. Fair enough, if they're going to invest an hour a week, they probably want something worth listening to, innit? But you're investing your time in me. That's what you're doing. You're investing in me. Not just this lecture, just in myself, That's where the investment is of your time. And I really do appreciate it, to be honest with you. I really do. I've battled with the figures mentally, 350 or something the first week, and the last number 2, 3, and 4, 2, 3, 4, and I've realised people sort of play catch up, They don't listen for a few weeks, and then they listen to a few, and figures start creeping up from a few weeks ago, and it's gone like 2, 3, 4. About 200 people have listened, and then the last one is on about 80. I don't know if the Illuminati is making it difficult for you to hear this, or I don't know if it's just a seasonal thing, seasonal swing where the sort of January depression, kicked into a lot of you, and you thought, whoa, I got my own fucking problems. I'm not listening to him this week. Don't know if that's been an issue. But, but anyway, I think what I'm trying to get around to saying is that's not important, It's not about quantity, it's about quality. I want people to be listening and to invest, time in me, as I'm now investing in you, It's a two-way thing, this. You may be listening to me now, but I'm trying to hear you, I'm trying to hear every one of you. It's not always easy, Not always easy when you are actively targeting that lonely dollar. Because I don't want to ostracize people who aren't lonely, If I could get 1,000 lonely people listening every week, start to become a bit reliant on me, go twice weekly, thrice plus one, nightly then. Build up the reliance, on me of these people. And then slowly start sort of liberating them of their cash for access, access to the show. Keepsakes, memorabilia, merchandise, the old pearl necklace CDs, whatever, whatever you can sell these fucking retards. But, if I could get 1,000, lonely dollars, it'd be great, and I wouldn't have to worry about the people who aren't lonely. And I'm trying to talk to the people who are lonely and trying to make them feel special. But I'm also, trying to keep the normies involved for as long as I need them. Because, a normal person may have a few lonely mates. They may say, oh, I was listening to that chap Griff. Very, very interesting lectures he's been kindly putting on YouTube over the last 5 to 6 weeks. Really thoroughly enjoyed listening to them, but I think it may suit you a bit better, Marjorie. What would you being extremely lonely? Oh, thanks, Clive. I'll give that a listen tonight, and hopefully become reliant on it. That's the plan. But yeah, Ronnie's in the final. I'm worried about the Swans. I say worried. It's weird. Worried. Oh yeah, worried sick. There's something quite comforting about your football team being a bag of shit. Last few years, everything's gone right for us. Do you know what I mean? We climbed through the leagues, got in the Premier League, held our own. Blah blah blah. And then we're at a point now where relegation looks like it's a very real possibility this season. And I honestly can't imagine us coming back up in a hurry. But yeah, there's something really sort of comforting and familiar about the thing of, oh, fuck, we are just shit, and we haven't got a fucking clue. We've sacked our manager. We haven't really got a manager now as such. We're selling players. Charlie Austin has just been bought by Southampton for 4 million quid. I've been suggesting we buy him for fuck knows how long. I was under the impression that it was going to be too much. Oh, we can't afford him. 4 million quid. He scored 10 goals this season. He's always injured. He scored 50 in last year, a team who went down. And our main goal threat is the fucking Black Panther. Baffa fucking Gormless. What a horrible footballer. You know that combination of a poser, a lazy twat, a guy with his fucking head up his own ass, somebody who's not as good as he thinks he is. He embodies a lot of what I hate about football. I went to watch a Swans about a month ago, something against Arsenal. And I made a point of watching Gomez because he's been pissing me off for fucking about 18 months. Probably about since he joined, but he's been pissing me off since this time last year anyway, when he tried to fucking bail out after Bonnie left. But I made a point of watching him in this Arsenal game, and he's a lazy cunt. I hate that. Honestly, I hate that in a footballer. If your job is a footballer, you can't be lazy. And you can speak to people who know me. I haven't played a lot of football, to be honest with you. Since I was a kid, I didn't really fit in with my sort of drink and drug using, but football was probably my life up until the age of about 15. And you speak to anybody who played in the same team as me, one thing I wasn't was fucking lazy. If you can't get emotionally involved, right, in a game of fucking football, then to me, you're fucked. We used to have games in school with it sounds like I'm talking about the 1920s, but in Penland School, we did actually used to play with a squashed can because we weren't allowed to have football in the yard. And I used to work in a place called Lima's, and we used to make a football out of cardboard and fucking sellotape and all that shit. And we used to go out dinner time at the back playing, you know, in the car park, and there'd be fucking tackles flying in, people fighting. Do you know what I mean? People would get emotionally involved because it was a game of football. So when you get professional footballers, you know, getting paid sort of luxurious life enabling amounts of money, and they still can't get emotionally involved, you know, it does become a thing of, this is what pays my bills, you know, this is what makes me a rich man, this is what fuels my ego. And I'm not really fussed what team I'm playing for. I'm not really fussed what this club means to the people who will support it, you know, from when they're born till when they die. And I'm not fussed about that. I'm not fussed about if we win anything. I'm not fussed about, you know, the experience that people have. I'm not fussed about the people who pay my wages. This is just my job until I get to about 30 or whatever, and then I'll go and pose elsewhere. What a cunt you must be. What a cunt there.